Now, if you drive into the German town of Sprockhövel, you will find a road called South Kirkby Strasse. They're laughing at my pronunciation already. Now, that's not a very German-sounding name, South Kirkby Strasse, but South Kirkby is a little village in what used to be West Yorkshire's coalfields before the pit closures, and it is twinned with Sprockhövel. This is not the Eurovision Song Contest, you know. So when a couple of new roads were built near South Kirkby, the local authorities decided to repay the compliment and call one of them Sprockhövel Way. And while they were at it, they decided to call the other new road after their French twin town. But of course, nothing is ever simple in local politics, as Len Tingle has been finding out.
They spent £24 million building this new road linking the A1 in West Yorkshire with the old mining communities on the edges of Pontefract and Wakefield. You're driving right through centuries of mining history here. South Kirkby Colliery is just over there, flattened long ago, ready now for redevelopment. So what you're looking at is steeped in tradition. So when the name of this new road was announced, well, it raised a few eyebrows. What would be your pronunciation of that?
Sprockhövel Way.
Have another go, have another go, have another go.
Sprockhövel Way or Sprockhövel Way? Sprockhövel Way.
I wish I could help you, but I don't know either. But as far as you're concerned, not a goer.
No, not at all.
It's Sprockhövel. Sprockhövel Way is the new road's name. Why? Well, Sprockhövel is an industrial town in the North Rhine-Westphalia region of Germany, and the name of the main road into town gives a clue to the link with Yorkshire. It's called South Kirkby Strasse, celebrating its twinning with the village of South Kirkby for more than 3 decades.
It was a reciprocal mark of respect. In 1991, on the 10th anniversary of the twinning between South Kirkby, the Germans named a major road through their towns South Kirkby Strasse. We've never had the opportunity to do such a thing, but it wasn't something we leaped at and grabbed with both hands. We stood back for quite some time to find out, then we found out that nobody had proffered any names forward. So we decided, and I put it to our council, would they support my petition? Our council, there was no dissenter, said yes, send it to Wakefield Met to be put as the road name.
And so it was passed by planning committees here at the local parish council of South Kirkby and Moorthorpe, and rubber stamped by the more powerful Wakefield Metropolitan Council. But mere planning regulations aren't enough for something deemed as important as a new road or street name. There's a legal duty to ensure emergency vehicles like fire engines or ambulances aren't confused by having 2 similar or even identical names close together. So the final say isn't with your local council, it comes under the terms of the 1925 Public Health Act and has to be ratified by the local magistrates' court. And that's what's angering these people here in South Kirkby who want a more local name, but discovered that if they lodge an objection, they're immediately drawn into a costly court case.
Gobsmacked actually to find out that I had to, if I wanted to object to this, these names on this road, I had to pay £200 up front, and then if I lost the case, or we all lost the case, we'd have to pay the court costs.
It was frightening when you see the court headlines, the court, you think, well, what we done wrong, till you read it, and we were surprised about this £200.
When the Politics Show contacted Wakefield Council, a spokesperson said it had followed correct procedures, but that 1925 law gives it no choice at this stage but to put any objections to a magistrate court hearing. But it assured us that whatever happens, damages will not be pursued. As for the objectors, they also have a law up their sleeves, the 1972 Local Government Act, which allows them to call a referendum on any subject of interest to a local parish, with the council footing the bill. That name, Sprockhövel Way, could be an expensive choice.
Yeah, a fascinating tale is. Kath Pinnock, did you know that road names were covered by the Public Health Act 1925 and have to be ratified by a magistrates' court?
I certainly didn't. And all my time on the council, I've always assumed, and certainly as far as I remember it happens in Kirklees, is that it's a local decision. And that's what it should be. Right. Come on, democracy, take local decisions. Martin Vickers, I should introduce you as the twin MP for Königswinter in Germany, Cleethorpes twin town. Do you think stories like this give twinning a bad name?
No, I mean, twinning does a lot for local communities, school exchange visits and the like. I mean, it's a bit bizarre. Likewise, I never knew that magistrates had any say in street names, and that's after 26 years as a councillor. But
you both done your time in local government. All three of you have done.
I'm always surprised.
Yeah. Steve Brady, I note that Hull is twinned with cities in the Netherlands, Poland, Iceland, Japan, the USA and Sierra Leone. Do you think you could persuade the good folk of Sierra Leone to create a John Prescott Way?
Well, John's a lord now, so address him properly.
Prescott Way.
What I would say is that going back to your magistrates and such, and this, so that shows that members of the Tea Party was active in those days.
Thank you for that historical lecture. We must leave it there. You can keep up to date with all the political news and views in our part of the world on the blogs written by Len and myself.